Hey guys, so today I'm doing my first geometry review video. We're starting with module 1. I see that a lot of teachers just split it into many videos. I'll do that as well, but this is the full one, where I will explain everything that's going to enter your exam. And if it's just too much, just watch my split videos. Okay, so here we go. So, undefined terms. The undefined terms are foundational elements that help create other terms, such as the angle, the ray, etc. But first, I want to explain what they are. So, first one is a point. A point is just a specific location and it has no size. A line is a perfectly straight, infinite long path containing infinite many points. Like in a line, there's a bunch of points, you know? And then a plane. A plane is a flat, two-dimensional surface that extends infinitely in all directions. Yeah. Now, how do these create defined terms? Well, the defined terms are the terms like angle. I'm going to make it blue so you guys understand they're different. By the way, there's only 3 undefined terms. These are the only ones you need to know. Defined terms, angle, and ray. Say ray. So, do you guys notice anything in these? You probably don't, but I will show you guys now. So, in ray, there's a point and there's a line. They're using 2 of these to create a new term. So, undefined terms are just the basics that create new terms. Angle, it's 2 lines. And those 2 lines create an angle, and it has a point, which is the vertex. So, the defined terms are what is created by the undefined terms. And that's it. That's undefined and defined terms. So, please subscribe. Don't forget that, please. I need you guys. So, now I'm going to start with postulates, which are known facts. Okay? So, don't forget this is another vocab word, postulate. Postulate is known facts. Like, through any 2 points, there's exactly 1 line. That's true. Is this 2 lines? No, because through any 2 points, this is 1, 2, 3. But these are 2 points, and that's 1 line. And these are 2 points, and that's 1 line. So you guys get that definition. The next definition is if there's 2 distinct planes that intersect, right? They intersect in exactly 1 line. Is that true? Yes. I did a bad example. Because you'll probably never see it like this, but you will see it like this. Like this. And yes, there's 1 line. Sorry, I want to use colors so it's just easier for you guys to understand. There's 1 line that makes them intersect. So that's another rule. And it's true. It's not a rule. Sorry, it's a fact. Facts. And then, if you have 2 parallel lines look like this, that have a transversal. If parallel lines have a transversal, their corresponding angles are congruent. A transversal is a line that cuts in the middle. Corresponding angles are congruent, right? And if you guys want more about that, watch till the end or to my next video, which are special angle relationships. But this is what the rule is. There are corresponding angles when 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, right? Next, if 2 lines intersect, they intersect in exactly 1 point. Is that true? Yes. That's the rule. Those are postulates. Okay, and then we have theorems. Okay, so theorems. These have to be proven to be true. So the other ones, two lines intersect as a point, when you see that, you know that's true. You don't have to, let me calculate. Is this exactly one point or is there another one? Like you can just see them. In your exam, they'll probably ask you, is this a theorem or is this a postulate? If you have to do something to find out, that's a theorem. But if you just can see it directly, that's a postulate. So let's get to the theorems. So theorems, they must be proven to be true. Okay, all right angles are congruent, right? Are all right angles congruent? Well, then you'd have to see all right angles are congruent. Or the Pythagorean theorem, where you see if a right triangle has a sum of a2 plus b2 equals c to the power of 2. You have to check if in that right triangle the sum of the square of the legs of a triangle are equal to the square of the hypotenuse. If these two, a and b, equals c. That's a theorem too. And that's what theorems are. Okay, so now that you know what those lines are, what those things are, I'm going to show you guys different things. So I'm going to show you guys what a polygon is. A polygon is a bunch of lines. This is also an undefined term because it's made by undefined term, which is a line and points, where it's a bunch of lines that are connected. Later on, I will show you guys all the polygons that exist. But yeah, a figure of lines that are all connected from the next line to the next line to the next line to the next line until they stop. And they're not in a straight line. It's not like this. This is not a polygon, even though they're lines that are connected. It's only lines like this that are connected by one point. See, like this? And to the sides. You guys will get it. You guys will get it, I promise. Okay. Now we're going to the next part. We're going to the geometry symbols. Alright, so this is easy, I promise, guys. So this is congruent. Congruent means all the polygons. So like triangle, is this triangle congruent? Are the sides the same as the other one? Or angles. Angles can also be congruent. Are these angles congruent? Are they both whatever this would be? Let's say this is 20, this is 20. Is that true? That would be true because they're the same. Segments as well. This is 4. This is 4. Then it's true. That's what congruent would be. Now, equal is measurements. Measurements. That's very important. Measurements like okay guys, so today I want to show you the geometry symbols. Equal means measurements. Now what do I mean by that? So if you have two triangles, right? One, and they're the same, exactly the same. In side, in angles, what would it be, congruent or measurements? It would be both. Congruent means the same in shape and size. So it'd be, these triangles are congruent in shape and size. And then for equal, these triangles are equal to in length. Okay, so congruent is shape and size. Also, these are the symbols. This is equal and this is congruent. So now let's get to it. Now we're going to go to the next one. I was going to use black. And the next one is approximate. This means approximate. Okay? It's like, this is like for sure, like a brick. Like I'm sure they have the same length. And then the squiggly lines, like a spaghetti, that one's approximate. Okay, guys? This is similar, so it's not approximate. Approximate is very close. But this means similar, like this is 4, this is 2, this is 4. And then the next triangle's 2, 2, and 1. They're similar. They have like the same angles, but proportional sides, which means 2 times 2. If we divide this whole triangle by 2, it would give us the same. That's why they're similar. Okay, and now I'm going to erase this and I'm going to show you guys the rest. Okay, now we're going to degrees. This little symbol is degrees. 40 degrees, it would go here. That means degrees. So that's it. When we talk about symbols, it's pretty easy. So yeah, this is degrees. Then we have angle. Angle is when two lines intersect and they stop there, and there's a point, and that's called a vertex. So this is an angle. A parallel are two lines that are right next to each other but don't ever touch. Perpendicular are two lines that touch, like this. See, that's why they just cut it in half so it looks easier. So this is the new one. This is the symbol. Parallel, perpendicular. Okay, and now we're going to go to segments. Segments are 2 points. In the middle there's a line. That's a segment. And that's represented like this. They just put a line. They expect you to know that there's 2 points, but don't put the 2 points. But that's how a segment would look like. A line is a whole infinite. It's infinite. So they put these 2 arrows in the AB. It's a little bit shorter like this, you know. That's a line. That's how line is represented in symbol. An array is a point and a line with an arrow. But they expect you to know there's a point, but don't put the point. Just like the segment. Yeah, it's from one endpoint to infinite. And that would be array. And those are all the symbols you need to know how they're written. AB like this, AB like this, AB like this. These are the symbols, see? And the ones I showed you guys before. And that's all the symbols you need to know for Model 1. Special angle relationships. So first you guys need to know there's 2 parallel lines. And there's one that cuts a line. There's a line that cuts between both of those. If you guys have this, then you guys need to know the special angle relationships. Okay, so there will be angles here, 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 here. It looks like a circle, but these are all individual angles. I'm going to color them in just so you guys. Actually, no, I'm going to put numbers. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, this is 7, this is 8. Okay, so first of all, you guys need to know what adjacent angles are. Adjacent means next to. Okay, adjacent angles. I'm gonna make it like this so I don't have to write angles. Those are 180 degrees. 180 degrees means a straight line, and it forms this. Okay, that would be our 1 and our 2. As you can see, they form this. Even though it's cut in half, if they're together, they form this. So 1 and 2 are adjacent angles. We're going to put 1 and 2. Okay, adjacent 1 and 2. Now, what about vertical angles? Do you guys know what vertical angles are? Vertical angles would be the one that's cutting across like this. Those are vertical angles. It goes for both sides. So Our vertical angles would be 2 and 3. They're also 1 and 4. But I'm not going to add all the examples. See, like 5 and 4 are also adjacent because they also create that supplementary angle. I'm not going to include all of them, I'm just giving you guys examples. Corresponding angles. Those are the ones that are on the same line and they go in the same place as the other one. So, what? 5, right? 5. What number up here is in the same place as 5? 1. It's in the upper left corner. The same place. So they have the same angle, which means those have the same angle. 1 and 5 have the same angle, right? Same for, let's see, this is 8. 8 and 4 have the same angle. They're cut in the same place, same thing. I hope you guys are getting this. It is simpler and simpler. You're not even going to think about it after. Okay, now these get a little bit complicated. Okay, if you guys have the same side interior. Same side interior angles. What does interior mean? Interior means inside. So it wouldn't be the outside ones that are out like that. It's the inside ones. It would be in here. See, there are inside these two parallel lines, not outside them. Okay? So 7 and 8 are out, and 1 and 2 are out, because those are outside these two lines. Okay? So we only have 3 and 4, 5 and 8. Okay? What do you guys think would be the same side interior angles? It would be 5 and 6. 4 and 6. 4 and this is 6. Okay? They're the same side, right? This is the same side interior angles. So it would be 4 and 6. The other same side interior angles would be 3 and 5, but we're just going to say it's 4 and 6. Okay? Now, that was hopefully easy for you guys to understand. Now, what about same exterior side? Exterior means outside. Okay? So outside these two parallel lines are 1, 2, 7, and 8. Our lines that are exterior, same side, could be 1 and 7. They're in the same side and they're both outside. So 1 and 7. Perfect, guys. You guys are doing good. Now, alternate exterior. By the way, forgive my handwriting, but there's just a lot. Alternate exterior angles. They're outside and they're alternates. Okay? So what do you guys think of that? They're outside and they're alternates. Alternates is kind of like vertical angles, right? Vertical angles would look like this. One on this side, one on this side. Those are the same angle. One on this side, one on this side. So we know they're both outside because it says exterior and they're alternates. So it would be 8 and 1. See? They're alternates. Should be 1 and 8. And now what about alternate interior? I usually write better, guys, I promise. Just a very small bird for me today. And then alternate interior, they're inside and they're vertical like this, you know? Not the same side like the other one, but alternate side. So it could be 6 and 3. I'm going to put 3 and 6. And that's it. You guys have done all the special angles. Please subscribe. So now let's move on. The next thing I'm going to show you guys are logic statements. Logic statements. So logic statements are pretty easy if you memorize them. You have to memorize them. So the first thing you gotta know is if P, then Q. Okay, that is called a conditional statement. Okay, conditional statement. I'm gonna give you guys an example. It doesn't have to make sense. If I have ice cream, then it's sunny. Okay, I invented the hell out of that. But just imagine, okay? If my thing, I have ice cream, which is P, then it's sunny, which is Q. That's a conditional statement. But in the logic statements, they're going to want you to turn it all around. Why they use this in geometry, I have no idea. But they use it, so know it. Okay? Now, the next one is if Q, then P. What do you guys think that is? Well, that is called converse. If Q, then P. Okay? You guys are going to have to memorize this, like, there's nothing else to it. This is called converse. Okay? If Q, then P. So that would mean, I would write it like this. If it's sunny, then I have ice cream. I hope you guys are starting to get it a little bit. So that's how the converse would look like. Okay? But now there's an inverse. What do you guys think the inverse is? Okay, so converse is just a switch. But now we're going to do inverse. The inverse is the same thing if P then Q, but since it's inverse, it's negative. So it'd be if not P, then not Q. And that is, as I said before, called inverse. So how would we write this? If I don't have ice cream, then it's not sunny. And that's how it looked like. In your test, they're probably going to give you a conditional statement, which is this one, and they're going to make you turn it around in all of the forms. Okay? And then now the last one. Don't forget, the converse is Q, then P. So now the one we're going to now is called contrapositive. A way to explain this is conditional is being copied by inverse, and converse is being copied by contrapositive. I'll show you guys later, but contrapositive is if not Q, then not P. And that would mean it would be if it's not sunny, then I do not have ice cream. Okay? So that'd be contrapositive. Now I'm going to put all of them so you guys see what I mean. Okay. Conditional. They all have statement at the end, but I'm not going to add it because it's just longer. If Q, then P would be converse. Inverse, let's say, and contrapositive. Okay. Inverse. Inverse is the first one in negative. Okay? I would write this down in your test. If you guys forget, you guys can write in your test sheet as well. If not P, then not Q. Contrapositive is a copy of converse, but just in negative. So it'd be if not Q, then not P. And that's it, guys. Just memorize this table, and that's all you need to know. Okay, guys, there's something I'm not adding in this video, and that is operations with segments. That's something else you guys need to know. Please watch that video. I don't want to make this video longer, so I'm not going to add it, but watch operations with segments, because that's going to be on your test, and you're going to need to know it. Okay? And another thing I didn't add are constructions, like the segment copy, which would look something like this. The angle copy, which will look something like this. You know, all those things. But the constructions, don't have. The constructions, I think it's better if you watch someone who just focus on that, because I am showing you guys too many things. So watch my operating segments and watch a construction video of someone else, and you guys will definitely pass. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys now is very simple. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to classify angles by connecting the lines. So what is an obtuse angle? And that's an angle that's greater than 90 degrees. Greater than. So this is greater than 90 degrees. Not equal to. Sorry. Greater than 90 degrees. That would be this one. Straight is a 180 degrees. So it has to be 180 degrees. Right angle is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And acute angle is less than 90 degrees. And that's it, guys. Have a great day, and please subscribe.